Let's take a look at the options for controlling page breaks in Word. Word will put page breaks in for you, and that's fine if you're happy for paragraphs to be split and you don't care if headings are not at the top of a page. But sometimes we want to avoid those things. In this video, I'll explain the 4 pagination options that are in the paragraph dialog box. How to keep the whole paragraph together, how to keep a heading on the same page as its subject, how to ensure a heading starts a new page, and what widow orphan control is. First of all, let's show the hidden characters so we can see what's going on. And here we can see the page break. A simple way to force the page break at the heading is to type Ctrl and Enter to put one in. But this has disadvantages and creates work to keep them in the right place if you add or remove text from your document. I'll right click now to open the paragraph dialog box. Select line and page breaks and look at the options. I'll tell you what each one does and then give you some examples. Widow orphan control prevents single lines on their own at the top or the bottom of a page. Keep with next means this paragraph will always be on the same page as the following paragraph. That's great for headings. Keep lines together means all the lines of the paragraph will be kept on the same page. Good for your main body text, but not if your paragraphs are long. Page break before means that this paragraph will be the top of a new page regardless of how much text remains on the previous page, which is great for chapter headings. These are all useful and work how you want them to regardless of how much text you add or remove. Let's actually see what they do. Firstly, let's set the whole document to keep lines together so that paragraphs are never divided by a page break. In this case, you can see that's moved the whole of this paragraph to the next page. But that's left the heading on its own at the bottom of the page. I'll change that to keep with next, so that it's always on the same page as the next paragraph. So it's moved to the next page too. But this section belongs to the main chapter that starts with this heading. So let's set that paragraph to have a page break before. And that's moved everything down, and that's because there's room on the page. This paragraph is still with the next one, and that one still has all lines together. Finally, what about widow orphan control? We need to go back to where we started to see this, so I'll undo. If I turn off widow orphan control, you'll see that this paragraph creates a widow, which looks odd and difficult to read. So it's best kept on. Using these options is a neater way of controlling page breaks and requires less manual intervention. Remember, right click to open the paragraph dialog box, then select the line and page breaks tab. If you set keep lines together, the paragraph won't be split. If you set your headings to keep with next, then they'll never be on their own at the bottom of a page. If you set your chapter headings to page break before, they'll always start a new page. Widow orphan control is set by default, so you don't need to worry about that. Look out for our next tutorial on paragraph spacing, which further improves this document.